coming up this week on Big Sky Outdoors. A look at Montana's only homegrown custom snowboard shop, plus getting ready for this year's ski season. Up next on Big Sky Outdoors. Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. By Montana Army Navy, get it, get out, and live it. And the Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
So I always do it, all the notice bases, I always do it, cut them out so that when you bust your big tweaked out methods, it says notice, right? So you have to do them different from somebody that's regular and somebody that's goofy. So this board, we'll say it's gonna be for me. So I'm regular and my methods go this way. So you want to say notice that way. My name is Britton Ellingson. I own Notice Snowboards, based out of Whitefish, Montana. It's a completely custom snowboard shop. I was born in Great Falls, Montana, and when I was 6, I moved to Denver, Colorado. But about 2, I started skiing, and I tried snowboarding one time when I was 12 years old and came home and took down all of the posters on my wall of Glenn Plake and Scott Schmidt and replaced them with Jake Burton and Tom Sims. And of course Sean Palmer, and then from then on, I was pretty much a snowboarder. Being a super avid snowboarder and also just kind of being a tinkerer. I was a finish carpenter for a long time. Then I kind of went back to college and everything, and got a degree in digital and motion media and speech communications randomly. And from there, when I graduated, I moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and got a job working for Teton Gravity Research. And from then, it just really opened my eyes from the resorts of Colorado and riding resorts all the time to the Tetons and Jackson Hole backcountry and everything, and just what was possible, on snow. From then, I started tinkering a little bit. Randomly, a buddy of mine who worked at a company called Never Summer in Colorado called me and said that I could be an intern. So I took my whole family and moved them back to Denver, and at 30 plus years old, got an internship. Basically, as soon as I figured that I could make snowboards, I took my family and moved back to Whitefish, Montana. I sold my wakeboarding boat and built a snowboard factory. And from then, I started experimenting with different boards. When I first did it, I wanted to get the traditional boards, get an all mountain twin and get a big mountain board, something with bigger side cut, that a border cross board. I just started to make them shorter, make them fatter, make them longer, set the stance back, widen the stance, make a split board out of it. From there, some of them worked and lots of them didn't. Along the way, I learned lots and lots of little lessons and stuff like that. But I've always really just focused on the product, quality the whole way. And I think that's kind of what sets Notice apart for right now. That and being a completely custom snowboard shop. And when I mean custom, like every single aspect of the board can be built to your specs. You know, every characteristic that you've ever liked in any one of your snowboards, like, you can pretty much put it in this one. We can do any sort of the rocker camber mold, if you like traditional rocker, if you like, traditional camber, if you like a combination of the two, if you want camber in between your feet and early rise afterwards, we can make that happen. Any size, any shape, anything down to like a kid's board, like a 90, maybe 100 centimeters. I think I could get my press to be that small. Down to like, into the 200s. I've really started to get into different materials and stuff now. Been playing a lot with carbon fiber and other weaves of fiberglass and other composites, just trying to make boards lighter and react different. And not to mention, like, you can get any graphic you want on the board as long as you can send it to me in a Photoshop or an Illustrator file. Out of all the boards that I've built over the years and the graphics that I've compiled, like, we've got the Notice custom line, but then we also have like the Notice handmade boards, where they're any one of my shapes and templates and my graphics, and you're getting pretty close to a custom board. From start to finish, it takes about 20 hours to build a snowboard. 2 weeks after we get your graphics, you'll have your board. In November, December, and January, it's a little longer just because I get really bottlenecked that time of year. But it still will only be like 3.5, maybe 4 weeks at the worst.
Cooler weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs, along with great savings. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
After 3 years of just direct sales, we've finally decided that Notice Snowboards is going to be in one snowboard shop in Whitefish, Montana this season. Great Northern Cycle and Ski. Great spot, both winter and summer, and awesome opportunity for Notice Snowboards to showcase what I can do, and just more exposure to more people. Darker, lots of blacks, lots of golds, and a little deeper theme, I guess, for this year.
Hi, my name's Tom, and I work here at Great Northern Cycle and Ski in Whitefish. We're really excited to partner with Notice Snowboards this season. They make a fantastic product. Their attention to detail and customization is incredible, and we're really excited to bring this product.
The Cowboy Indian and the Eagle.
And the beer.
Drinking a beer.
The sled neck.
The sled neck. The buffalo,
It's a local brand, Montana made, and it's something that we're really excited about this season.
Yeah, I kind of like the throwback, kind of Jerry Lopez era, retro on that one. I was just trying to kind of change it up.
This is the first year that we are a full alpine ski shop. Traditionally, we pride ourselves in being just a boot shop. We're known in the Valley to be the premier alpine boot fitting shop, meaning that if you want customization done to the boots, custom orthotics, liners, any modifications that need to be done, we're certainly the shop to help. It's just sort of come full circle that a lot of our customers have taken our expertise to heart and have really wanted to know what kind of ski equipment that they need to be on. So we took that progression and brought in some more hard goods this year. We do 4 brands of alpine skis and several brands of bindings, as well as some clothing lines and accessories. So if you have any questions or concerns with your boots, we're located in downtown Whitefish. I'm here to help you out. We'd really like to make your feet feel better when next time you're out on the hill.
Riley Columbus, PR Manager for Whitefish Mountain Resort, and we're getting very excited for the opening of the 2014-2015 ski season on December 6th, and looking forward to a great new season with some new things here at the resort. First and foremost, we have the new Flower Point lift. This is a triple fixed chairlift. It's going to add another 200 acres of terrain, including 6 new runs. All those runs will be groomable as well as intermediate runs. The lift line is an additional 7th run on that side, which is going to be a black run. And as everyone knows, the snow back there is always really, really good. So it's great for those powder hounds looking for new lines in the trees, or anyone who likes to just zip down a nice groomed intermediate run on good snow. So we're very excited about the new Flower Point lift, and in addition to those new runs, new terrain, you get a new view of the mountain, another 360-degree view that includes a nice peek into the North Fork of Glacier National Park, as well as a nice open view of the north side of our mountain. So we're pretty excited. It's going to be a great season for skiing back there. For all of you guys who are really excited to go skiing and want to hike up the mountain, keep in mind we do allow uphill skiing here at Whitefish Mountain Resort.
Woo! Pre-season!
We do have a policy, however, and you need to follow the policy. And in early season, the really important thing to remember is this. We are getting ready for opening day, so we do have folks out there, our employees out there in grooming machines. We could have snowmakers out there making snow. And if you do encounter any grooming machines, any snowmaking machines, or any snowmobiles, you need to keep your distance, keep a safe distance. If you check the uphill policy, you'll see what that distance is. And basically, we just want to keep you safe so that you'll be able to join us during the bulk of the ski season. I know lots of people want to enjoy, and we want to keep it going. So if you could just keep in mind that it's your safety we're looking out for, it's the safety of our employees we're looking out for. And again, keep your distance and let us do our job so that you can enjoy the slopes all season long.
So we just got off Big Mountain, a little pre-season, pre-Thanksgiving skiing action, and it was deep, some blower, buttery turns, and yeah, it's only gonna get better. It just keeps snowing. Loving it.
But I'm just stoked that Whitefish lets us still skin up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of resorts don't do that.
Yeah, the uphill policy.
Yeah, it's
really,
cool.
really awesome. So yeah, definitely be back up in the next few days.
All right, so as you know, here at Whitefish Mountain Resort, we have a lot of really exciting, fun local events as well as big events that attract people here from all over the place. Of course, the Montana Special Olympics is something that's always a favorite of our town. We'll be hosting that again. We will have some torchlight parades and firework displays. Of course, the Nate Chute's coming back. That's a really popular snowboarding event that we have in the spring and in March. Additionally, we have in April, because we are closing this year on April 12th, the Pond Skin will be that closing weekend. It'll be Saturday 11th. And that first weekend in April, we get 2 weekends in April this year. That first weekend in April will be the Brewfest and Dummy Derby. So that's a favorite every year that seems to get bigger and bigger. Everybody loves to drink local beer, regional beer, and of course the Dummy Derby is pretty entertaining. So if anyone can participate in the Dummy Derby, so you should think about doing that this year. And otherwise, just a great lineup of events, and you can check that out on skiwhitefish.com. Go to our events page and check out what's going on this year. All right, so all you locals, longtime locals who've been skiing the mountain forever, as well as anyone who might be new to town or new to skiing, you can go to skiwhitefish.com, get the latest information on what the snow conditions are, as well as how to take a lesson, that kind of thing. So we have some great deals for those of you who are looking to start a new sport, and especially January is an excellent time. It's Learn to Ski and Ride Month, so maybe you want to try it then. But it should be a great season with a new lift, with a newly renovated base lodge, with a lot of other fun new things, and we're looking forward to this season, especially since now we have the snow. It's looking like a good winter.
Counter Assault, the original bear deterrent, has been made, developed, and scientifically tested in Montana for nearly 30 years.
Counter Assault is what I chose for my staff based on my personal experience, scientific testing, and it's the only one that met all the expert recommendations. Spray time and spray distance are important in a bear attack, and Counter Assault has both. As an avid hiker, hunter, and outdoorsman, Counter Assault is my first line of defense in bear country.
Carry what the professionals carry. Counter Assault, Grizzly Tough Bear Spray. Look for the red can.
Cooler weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
I've been into the backcountry for a long time because every time that you go out, it's such an adventure, you know? Anything can happen out there. I mean, anything. For so long, 20 years, I'd spend all my money on like steezy gear and season passes, and the more and more I get into the backcountry, the more money I spend on just safety equipment, just to make sure that I can get home. After I left Never Summer and came back here and started up Notice Snowboards, and that was in 2010. The first year I didn't sell any boards. I just found some of my really, really good friends who happen to be, stellar snowboarders, and just made boards for those guys and my close friends just so we could figure things out. The first year was definitely lots and lots of trial and error. And when I say, I left Never Summer when I figured out how to make snowboards, I kind of knew how to make snowboards. I had never actually done the whole sublimation process, which is like a gas transfer process as opposed to a liquid process. So the graphics don't run or anything. They actually become part of the material. I had to learn all of that. So I needed my friends to give boards to. And then that first year I made about 25. The next year, after we got our process dialed and had about 15 different templates, I put them up for sale. Two of my athletes now and also really good friends, Kyle Duty and Jeff Moran. Kyle is the freestyle coach here for Big Mountain, and Jeff is the freestyle coach for Jackson Hole. So having them riding my boards and access to all of the groms that are out there, they started selling boards for me. Inevitably, like whatever coach rides, I want that. So that first year we sold about 35, and then year two we sold 70, and year three was. Well, this is year three for Notice, and I bet you I'll sell like 100, 150 this year. Another aspect of that I never even thought of when I was doing this is I've had a couple of different private label companies approach me and want to start their own line of boards. So, it's turned Notice into a full-time job. I've got all of those private lines that I just build their decks during the summer, and then, the customs in the winter for myself. I want to grow Notice pretty organically, we have a marketing lady, and we have a PR lady and a couple of graphic artists, and then I have one employee, and my wife does all the books and the printing stuff. And we'll grow it as we need to, but I never ever want to sacrifice in quality of the boards or anything like that. You're not going to get an overseas status board here. We're no cap construction. Everything is got for the most part, ABS sidewalls and ABS tip and tail fill. Unless you want wood core and wood sidewalls, we can do that too. But really, really bomb-proof product.
Cooler weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Here's this week's outdoor report by our friends at Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
With frequent Chinook winds that clear the rich native vegetation, the Rocky Mountain Front is prime wildlife winter range, and for the same reasons, the area was attractive to pioneer ranching families. By the mid-20th century, elk numbers were on the increase, and the availability of elk winter range was on the decline. In 1947, an elderly rancher offered this land for sale to the then Montana Fish and Game Department. It was 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and the banks closed at noon. Within that 1 hour, a certified check had to be delivered to the bank, or the sale would revert to the next buyer. 2 local businessmen joined forces and bought the ranch on behalf of the department. Today, the Sun River Wildlife Management Area is one of North America's premier wildlife winter ranges.
It was their foresight to be able to purchase a property like this. You know, winter and early spring is the toughest time of year for elk just because of the conditions, the weather conditions and the forage conditions. And then also it helps alleviate existing adjacent landowners of elk pressure on their properties. Because if we didn't have properties like the Sun River Wildlife Management Area or some of these other wildlife management areas in Montana, we would have some significant problems with private land where they're trying to make a living off that land at the same time. All these elk that are on the game range now, some are in the Bob Marshall Wilderness areas, the vast majority of them do.
Most of Montana's wildlife management areas are closed from December 1st through May 15th. By mid-May, wildlife managers want the animals headed to their summer range. It gives the plants the chance to green up and produce the necessary forage for next year's wintering wildlife. This is Mike Gurnett, out with Montana's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
These graphics were designed by a local artist named Lisa Slagle. I try to keep as much Montana in my snowboards as I can, just because people like Montana, and there's a lot of really, really talented people here that are more than happy to help out.